really proud of our team, really proud of our players and coaches. I mean, they deserve all the credit. Certainly a total team win, man. Total team win from top to bottom. Really appreciate our fans. They showed up strong. That's why we took some time after the game to go over and thank them and greet them. But their energy was real. Our guys felt it, and they stayed there the entire time, so it was good to see them after. But as it relates to the game, I mean, I think it's important to note that this game was won in January through spring practice, again in the summer workouts, again in spring practice, summer workouts, fall camp, and then game week. I think our guys, their practice and preparation became game reality. Did all the things necessary to start the season the right way against a very talented team. I think culture showed up strong in a couple different ways. I mean, we responded very well to any kind of adversity. I mean, we turned the ball over deep in our territory, and our defense goes out there and holds them to a touchdown, or to a field goal. But then they score a touchdown, a busted play, and our offense comes right out, scores a touchdown, ends the half, and then comes out in the second half and scores another touchdown. So tremendous response. Really proud of the fact that we had 0 pre-snap penalties and 0 post-snap penalties. I think that's also a strong sign of culture developing and getting better, discipline improving and getting better. I mean, handling the environment the way our guys did made the noise a non-factor. And also sort of a lot of self-control and moments where usually we haven't in the past. So a lot of growth and development there. And then also thinking physicality and effort and toughness. I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't affect our quarterback as much as we affected theirs. We had several yards after contact, some of those muddy, bloody yards that you get going through arm tackles. So I think we handled and controlled the line of scrimmage well against a really physical and big front. And again, affecting the QB and keeping ours clean was a big factor in the game. We made some big plays. We also, we dropped a couple touchdown passes that could have helped us also in the game. We made some mental mistakes, and special teams wasn't up to par, so a lot of things to clean up. But all in all, a strong performance. Hard work went into that. A lot of, talent acquisition, player development, and personnel use went into that. So good start to the season, and then moving on. So questions, please.
Mario, that question about Cam McCormick, obviously all he's been through, and for him to be able to start the season off with a touchdown first for you guys. How special was that? Were you able to share a moment with him?
I don't think anybody expected that, right? I mean, that was the winning ticket in Las Vegas for somebody, that Cam was going to score the first touchdown for the Miami Hurricanes this year. You know what he's been through. Maybe one day it'd be good if you take some time to do maybe you have a story on what he's actually been through physically and some of the surgical procedures he has had to be able to be where he's 100% healthy. I mean, like, better than ever. But to get here, he's been through a lot, so a completely unselfish, hard-working, real-deal human being who shows up every day and brings it. So awesome to, at his age, getting hit over and toppling over backwards. I was a little worried about him, but the guy's awesome, and glad he started off the season that way.
Right, I know all the kids now, you understand when he's 26 or whatever, he's a kid, but just because of the relationship we've had and the length of that relationship with him, how rewarding is it for you to see him just still, first of all, not just producing and performing and contributing,
Well,
just being happy out there.
I don't smile often. It brings a smile to your face. I would imagine your own son going through all that stuff like he did. So, but again, to go through it and complain as opposed to go through it and do what he does, bring it every single day and make people around him better. That guy's going to be successful in everything he does in life. I think he'll be a great NFL player as well. He's just got the super bright future and is a great mentor, an absolute awesome mentor to young players.
The idea of handling success, how does a program do that? How do you keep a program on edge?
Well, I think it's pretty simple. I mean, you stay mad. You should be very driven and hungry, and you should be pissed. You should be mad. That's not our best football. And no offense to media, but I'm sure the media had one article written in our favor and had another article ready to hit send and bash our people and our players. So they don't. they're so, I would say, focused on winning. They're so about just having enough of years of Miami not reaching its supposed potential that it's not hard to point out the things that have caused issues in the past in Miami and to bring to light the things that must be done to avoid any setbacks. So handling success is going to be as simple as realizing the truth. We're nowhere near as good as we could be. We left a lot of plays out on the table on Saturday. We're super excited about the progress that has been made and some things that were done, but we've had enough experiences going the other way knowing that this is the best time to be our best.
Mario, the last time you were there as head coach of FIU, obviously is a different set of circumstances. How did it feel to return to Florida, your alma mater, and be able to win as decisively as you did? Because this was an excellent football game. I understand when you have to bring a team like FIU, they're trying to build their athletic department, but this was unbelievable. What we saw Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, it points to the importance of personnel in college football, and you're right. Someone brought that up the other day. You must have talked to a friend of mine. We went up there in, was it 09 or something like that?
Yeah.
And it's Tim Tebow at quarterback, and it's, I remember, because I think Aaron Hernandez had a touchdown, he punted the ball at the crowd, and, we're trying to get the ball to T.Y. Hilton, and you got guys, intercepting the ball with one hand, running it back for a touchdown. I remember their coach actually telling me just stick to the plan, hard work, good people, putting effort, works out. So to be able to go back and play it, because they have a really talented team. They have a lot of talent. I mean, they I think almost 20, Senior Bowl invite candidates on their team, very big, long, athletic guys, and they have the environment in their favor. So to go up there with our guys, we feel like our roster has certainly become a lot more talented and has worked really hard and prepared well. To go up there and be able to have that type of success and a result is really, it's rewarding and encouraging more than anything. It kind of whets your appetite for better things to come in the future.
You two coordinators being back, what did you see just in terms of the job they did and the continuity? Because like you said, it was a clean game in game one despite a bunch of new players. Just the job they did having the guys ready to go.
We're a little bit messy, and we had some substitution errors that we got to clean up. But back to the main point that you mentioned, as big as you could possibly get, having continuity at the coordinator spots, especially when both made such big jumps in year one. Because year one, yeah, of course, you evolve throughout the course of the year and you grow and develop some as a system, as a staff. But when you have an entire off season and you enhance personnel and those guys get to go to work and really evolve their systems and grow and learn and travel around the country and network and study opponents, that's a massive difference to have your two coordinators in place, especially at the caliber of both Lance Gitter and Shannon Dawson. Those guys are elite human beings and elite play callers and coordinators. So very blessed to have both of them, and they did a great job.
Mario, there's a video that's circulating.
Bosses, the gentleman in Alabama had the term rat poison. Do you address what's happening? I mean, you want to know you beat Florida, and oh my gosh, you're unbelievable now. And do you have to tell this team?
Absolutely. And you go right at it, sugarcoat it. The best part about this team, you can look them right in the eye and give it to them, like right between the teeth, man. No holding back. And they appreciate that. I mean, what better in this world and what is a bigger sign, or what can be a bigger sign of respect than confronting and telling someone the truth, right? And giving them an opportunity to see things for what they are. And, providing a path, some clarity on what it needs to look like to be successful. These guys get it, they're very, very driven. They understand that the most important thing that we're doing right now is finishing up treatment, and finishing up tutoring and whatnot, and having a great practice tomorrow. For us, that's where we're staying along that. And throughout the game, it was that also, Tim. It was making sure we're just the next play. Just keep playing. Turnover, just keep playing. Up by 7, just keep playing. Up by 21, just keep playing. If we do that, we'll keep getting better and better.
Coach,
Mario, there's a video of you in crushing the Gator Chomp and also the fans, shouting your name. Obviously, you said that it's about the program itself, but how special is it to have a moment like that with the fans and with the community that supports you and supports this football program?
I don't remember much of any of that stuff. I'm happy for our fans. I think, I mean, Miami has gotten off to a good start this season. We're 1-0. And Miami has been through a lot over the course of 20 years. And it's the major reason why, when I was granted the blessing of the opportunity, was the number one, and there wasn't really a second reason of why choosing to come to Miami. That was always the most important thing. I think cameras are a little bit too intrusive. You know, I think the football world has been deprived of, you know, moments where you have to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a camera in a locker room. There's this. It's like, man, come on, you know, get out. Like, this is not you. You know, just saying in general. You know, I mean, it's you know, we do a lot. We sacrifice a lot of work to a level of, man, physicality and effort that most people can't fathom. Sometimes, you know, media gets in there and makes more of things than what it is, but I hope what was captured was the utter just gratitude and emotion of our players and our fans being together in a setting like that, because, you know, they had enough. They had read enough of, hey, Miami has no chance, it's a tough place on the road, you're playing against the SEC, and we respect every bit and all that, but, you know, they went there on a mission to handle business. And
Mario, Xavier Restrepo's climbing up on the career list for both reception and receiving yards in UM history. Just now that you're in year 3 of him, just the strides that you've seen him make both on the field and what he means in the locker room as well.
he was always really, really good. Right now, he's really gone to a different level as a leader, as a human being, as a teammate. He's doing things in practice that are just completely unselfish, go out of your way to help someone else be better, to impact someone in a positive way. With all those incredible catches and routes and moves that he made on Saturday, one of his best plays was him when, you know, we had that speed play to Arroyo, when him and Jacoby, you know, it's kind of funny, little guys blocking for the big guy. It should be the other way around. But the way he ran out there and threw his body around to create an extra 10, 12 yards for his teammate. I cannot say enough great things about, you know, X. And there's another guy, you watch him, you know, I guess you guys don't see practice, but the way he practices, the way he approaches everything he does in his life, he's got no governor, he's full speed, he's fixing to have an incredible year.
Mario,
You mentioned that big Arroyo, the tight end production across the board on the Saturday. Yeah,
Oh.
we haven't had a day like that around here in a long time. How nice was that?
You know, we wanted to do it last year, man. You know, it's kind of to the question you had mentioned about coordinators in year 1 and putting it all together. It's kind of a, how would you say, as all these things come together. I mean, we have a strong tight end background here at Miami, and the place that we had been in before. And Coach Dawson has had just a really strong background in just about everything. And when all that comes together, and, you know, he's a coordinator and play caller, and he put some unbelievable plans together with the rest of the staff. It was highlighted, you know, right after the season. It's like, hey, we have really good players. They have to be involved. They're going to help us win games. They do present, you know, mismatch issues for opponents, and I think that was on display on Saturday. And the best is yet to come for those guys.
And Mario, in the same vein, you mentioned about Cam, I mean, he missed a lot of time with injuries. Elijah Arroyo missed the better part of 2 years with injuries. At him, that's such a big game. Right, his first game fully healthy against. What does that mean to him and to the guys around him?
If all those that have watched him practice knew that it was going to happen for him. He is that talented. He is that hard of a worker. And as from a performance standpoint, he's done it day in and day out. I mean, he's kind of a freakazoid in terms of his specs, his speed, his explosiveness, his power. And he's become a really, really good blocker as well at the line of scrimmage on the perimeter. So he's a really good weapon. And you saw how, you know, he got moved around a bunch of different spots. We're going to continue to do that.
And speaking
Mario,
of
after the game, you said, you know, how you're going to see this team handle the first swing of success. What are you guys preparing for with FAMU, the home opener? Also, players saying, you know, pack the rock, get everybody out there for FAMU.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing was making sure we took care of business in practice today. You know, everybody early. I mean, the first thing you want to look for is anyone not going to get here early. Because for us, early is on time. Is anyone not going to be taped? Is anyone not going to be wearing the right gear? Because that's always a sign, right, of just having just an arrogance for not doing things the right way. And that's not the case with this group. This group was here early, ready to work, and they got after it and had a great practice. And they're excited to come back home and play at home. We want to make Hard Rock an intimidating place to play. We We want to make Hard Rock a true home field advantage. We want to make our families, our community, our fan base, we want to make everybody proud, and these guys feel equipped, they feel prepared and ready to do so, and they know that they're playing against a team that's, you know, coming off an awesome season. You know, I believe they have 13 straight wins, you know, defending HBCU national champions, more than a handful of players that have been invited or going to be invited to the Senior Bowl. Defensively, last year they were top 10 in every single category, just about. Offensively, they present a lot of problems. Spread offense, I mean, a quarterback with a ton of experience, has played all over the place. Lots of players from South Florida on the team as well. They have a really good football team, and of course, you know, James Colsey's a guy I have a tremendous amount of respect for, local guy, their head coach now. I know he's not only a first-class coach, he's a first-class human being, and he's going to have his team prepared to play, and we will be prepared to play as well.
What can you say about Human Being? How's he doing?
You know, obviously, you know, everyone could see a soft tissue injury. It's going to be a couple of weeks. That's, you know, I'll know more as these tests go on throughout the course of the day and the week, but he will not be playing this game. I can tell you that. The rest of the info regarding that, you know, I don't know if I can honestly say that I'll be transparent about it completely, but I'll do my best.
Mario, do you foresee your backup quarterbacks in this game or two getting a little bit of playing time, you know, in the event that the situation presents itself?
We're trying to get everybody meaningful snaps, you know. We like it so that if you play, it's earned. I think that's really important. I think sometimes people start talking about like playing somebody else. We got to play our first team guys and go win this football game. I think anything other than any statement uttered besides that, any thought other than that, I think is a complete disrespect to football and opponents. You know what I mean? I think we're playing a really good football team. We play one every single week. The guys that are capable of playing and have earned playing time will play when the time comes, but our plan is to put our best 11 on the field every single time we get a chance.
Mario, after getting a chance to, you know, evaluate the film and everything, what were your thoughts on the offensive line? It seemed like Cam had, you know, half an hour to throw in some place.
Yeah, well, he had a lot of time to throw. You know, the offensive line played an awesome game. They really did. They were physical. They found a way to, I thought the play that was the best indicator of the type of day was that last pass to Elijah Lofton when he was all tied up, and then you saw 5 giant humanoids sprinting into that pile and just, you know, pushing another 6, 7, 8 yards. Those guys have a lot of fun playing together. They're really tight. They have great culture. They were physical. They were physical in the run game as well. And it was going to be a muddy, bloody yard game because of loaded boxes, stacked boxes, odd tight rear fronts, right? And they just kept coming and coming and coming. And they provided him with a lot of time. You know, he gave him a sack at the end. There was kind of a covered sack, and Cam stepped up. So, but aside from that, yeah, we felt we did a really good job.
Speaking of the young guys, 2 standouts from South Florida, we on both sides of the ball, Jordan Lau, Cody Ferry. Just talk about them, what they've done to earn that playing time, just how special is it to see, you know, South Florida guys making an impact early.
Yeah, you're talking about OJ and
Jordan Lau.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Yeah, those guys, you saw no flinch in them whatsoever, right? I don't know when's the last time a true freshman started in a game of this caliber at either position, but OJ did get the nod, went out there and he did an unbelievable job. Sky's the limit for him. He's long, he's fast, he's strong, he's smart, he's physical, he is relentless. And Jordan Lau is the exact same thing. You saw that one play where he gets wrapped up and he spins out and comes out with balance and gets another couple yards. 2 really talented guys that have been raised the right way. I mean, you want to talk about mentality and what you look for in recruiting. You draw them up just like those 2 guys right there. Strong-minded, hard-working, relentless guys that have zero flinch in them whatsoever. They went in there, it was like, okay. And they played obviously for a great coach and a great program. Like a bunch of our guys here in South Florida, you know, they do a great job with their players, and certainly they have a lot of pride when they take the field wearing that uniform.